What's up, y'all? How's everybody doing? All right. Tell your followers you started a live video. All right, let's see who's in. Smoking Reefer, what's happening? Slack Tie Reefer, Jen, Acro Killer, the Sea Monster. Good morning, everyone. So, man, let me tell you. I started TikTok yesterday and went down that rabbit. Boy, it's like the wild, wild west over there. Man, I was blown away at 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 that. It is like what YouTube was 7, 8 years ago.
It was what
I,
when
when we
Rico and all of us used to be on the stream
on
with
those live
Rico and
streams,
CJ and me and DC. Yeah, it was the same thing. Yeah,
man, boy, I'll tell you, if
people get.
I didn't have a job, I'd probably be living on TikTok.
It's the same thing. They stream
Yeah.
all day, and then one person streams. I was talking to Acro Killer about it. One person streams, and the other one, and he's like, "There's always something going on." I was like, "Yeah." Rico started in the morning, or Rico. Sometimes Rico would leave his stream and leave me in charge, leave somebody in charge,
Right.
and we'd be going. And then CJ would start a stream, and then Reef Community Worldwide would
What
start a
the hell did
stream,
I
and then
do?
nothing. You have an iPhone, so woo.
Is that what you do? You just put two thumbs up and it does that?
Yeah, you put like different things and it recognizes, man.
Oh,
Is it one? No, you got to do two of this and then.
good Lord. All right. Well, anyway, it was pretty entertaining and I listened to it. I mean, you can literally those guys are streaming right now. When I went to bed at 11 o'clock, they were still streaming. That's Pacific time. When I got up
I told you.
this morning at 6 a.m., they was streaming. I,
We used to fall asleep on the stream, Greg. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, um, I'm telling you, man. It's like
what's up, Tony?
back in the old days. That's what it was, man. Back in the old days.
Yeah, man. I was that was eye opening. That was an eye opening experience.
Wait,
Um,
Vargas Reef,
that's
Greg. Let me ask you something.
Tony.
Is
Yeah,
that's Tony who has the LFS in
Qatar.
Qatar? Hey, let me just say something to Tony. Hey, Tony. Last time he was on, we were talking about the Red Sea Reef mat. Hey, Tony has a fish store, so I don't know if I should be saying this to him publicly, but you can find people to sell you rolls of the Red Sea Reef mat rolls that'll reduce the price for your customers. If you're an authorized Red Sea dealer, do not
You're not
do
in the
this, but
U.S.
just
though.
yeah, but he might be an authorized Red Sea dealer, so hint, hint,
Yeah,
you know.
but
Just saying. The information is out there. All I'm saying, it's in the universe.
okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Gotcha,
That's all
gotcha.
I'm saying.
Well, if you live in Qatar, um, chances are money, and you have an aquarium, chances are money is not an issue.
Hey, what are you drinking out of, Greg?
Oh, oh, damn it! Do I have to do the sponsored by now? Now I
Oh,
now I got it.
oh,
Now I got to do
oh,
the.
oh,
Oh,
what? You got two brothers with glasses with their reef fat cups. Hey, see, he says he's
anyway,
authorized, so he can't do it. So
yeah.
ignore the information. We're not going to get you in trouble. Red Sea, bad. No, not bad, as in he's not going to do it. Aftermarket filter rolls are bad. He's going to stick to the real thing, so ignore that.
Francois in the house too. Yep,
Yep.
yep, yep. So, so yeah, but I can't stream on TikTok, so
That's
uh,
all right. Hey, we started posting, I don't know, we're going to continue to stream on Instagram, but we started posting our old streams starting from
yes,
July 30th, because always lazy and doesn't want to go back before then, we started posting on YouTube and Instagram, and the account is Reef Coffee with Greg and O, or an O or Greg, O and Greg, depending on, you know,
Yeah.
I don't remember
Anyway,
who's it's.
that's the account number, and
Yeah, Reef Coffee with Greg and O and Greg. I forgot. I think on Instagram it's O and Greg. On YouTube it's Greg and O. So I don't remember. So hey,
we'll figure
but
it out.
we're just gonna post the streams there because sometimes it has good information and people might want to listen. So
Absolutely.
we're not live streaming there. We're just posting the content there, and
Right.
that's it. There you go.
Right.
Yeah.
So so yesterday, we got 8 minutes. So yesterday, we started on the Kalkwasser thing, and you mentioned how the crust on top that prevents, because I said I didn't like the design of the Avast because it
Yes.
allows air. That's
Air
how it.
inside.
That's how it started, and your argument was, yeah, but that crust prevents the air from.
That's what I was told.
Right.
That when you mix your Kalkwasser, here's what I was told, and this might be one of those examples of somebody carrying information forward that's not entirely, hey, whatever. But I was told when you initially mix your Kalkwasser, don't stir it again. Like let it sit still because that crust on top helps prevent air exchange. That's why you don't go back after you've initially mixed your Kalkwasser.
Right, and that's
And
why you don't need a
yes,
lid on the Kalkwasser.
who said that's different, bro? Like you stop. Anyway, um, but the Avast
No, no, the
Marine.
argument's over, buddy.
What are you talking about? So listen,
Nah,
it's getting even
the,
less. No, no, no.
I don't care what Tony Vargas says. He says you're right. I don't care. That's why you don't need a lid on your Kalkwasser, right?
no,
Because
that's
that
not what we're saying.
crust prevents the exchange of prevents CO2 from reacting with the with it, right? That's right.
He
You
listens.
do need a lid. You
Listen.
do need a lid because you
Can
don't
I
want that crust if you can help it.
can I finish
Yeah.
my point? Because you
Yes, sir.
interrupted me, man.
Go ahead.
Okay, Kalkwasser was effective. Let me stop. Kalkwasser was effective back in the day when we just had it in our ATO and it was covered, right? Right? Right?
Right. Tony, you have to request to come on.
Kalkwasser was
Oh, there we go.
effective back in the day. It's still effective now, Greg, because it's the same principle. And by the way, for someone said the crust folds out, no, it doesn't. The way the reactor is, it pulls from below the surface, so the crust doesn't flow out. So unless you've done something wrong with your reactor, the crust doesn't flow out. So
You're
there you
wrong.
go. Hey, Tony.
What's up,
No.
Tony?
Can you hear me?
Of course we
Can
can
you
Yes.
hear
hear
me?
you. Yeah, you're like
Okay.
5 seconds behind, but yeah, we hear you.
Okay, listen. Here's the deal. You do need the lid, but the lid needs to be a floating lid, like a styrofoam top. But the reason is that you do not want the air exchange on the surface. As the water is utilized, the Kalkwasser water is utilized, the crust breaks up into the sidewalls, allowing air to penetrate, bringing your pH levels down, introducing CO2. The point is to put a styrofoam top that will drop down with the level of Kalkwasser at the same time.
Are we arguing about something that makes very little difference to how potent the Kalkwasser is? We're talking
No, it does
about
make a big difference
It makes a
because
huge
as
difference.
you are using the water, as you are using the calc and it's coming down, it's mixing with the CO2. It's not giving you the high alkalinity that you're looking for. You're depleting it by introducing CO2 into
Because
it.
it's
So it does
precipitating.
need a lid, but it needs a lid that will float along with the surface as it drops down.
so
The
let me tell you
same way that Chris is using it at ACI. He's doing it correctly.
the way the Avast Marine Kalkwasser stirrer works. the water that is being dripped into the tank comes from below the surface. So the water level in the reactor never actually changes. The actual water level in the reactor never changes
Oh,
because
yes, it does. It does pull off the
It has
surface.
to.
no,
It
it
has
doesn't. What are you
to.
guys telling
All
me?
right.
It doesn't pull off the surface. It,
Okay, you know what you have to do? Oh, I need to see a video of this.
all right, I will. It doesn't pull off the
Okay?
surface. The
Because
pipe
if
is
if
an
he's got
elbow.
something ingenious, then I would like to
It's
see
not
it. But as
ingenious.
far as
It's
I'm aware, the water level is going to come down. And if the
no.
water level comes down, that crust on the surface will attach itself to the sides of the walls.
The smoking reefer is saying the 90 elbow
Okay.
is below the water surface. So the water level in the reactor never actually drops. I've been using this thing for 4 years.
All
Like
right.
there is a crust. There is a crust I gotta chip off where the water level stays like
No, there's
it's
always a crust
So it.
when you first mix it.
no
So
no no
But after that,
Tony,
the crust does
remember
break down.
he's talking about a reactor, a calcium. I
a
mean,
calcium
a
calc
Kalkwasser
reactor.
reactor. A little different, but
All right.
Oh,
okay.
so
I
then the
might
water is
study it
coming in.
again.
But what's mixing it? Is there a mixer in
Yeah,
it?
the water.
Yeah, at the bottom.
Yeah.
Start
Okay,
slow
and where's the
stir.
water being taken from?
From below the surface, always below the surface, like about an inch below the surface.
Okay,
All
all
right.
right. Send me a video of it. I'd like to see it.
I will. And Greg's wrong, just so we know. Time's up, and Greg's wrong. And yep.
Greg,
We ain't.
how come
It
they
ain't.
beat Greg?
It ain't.
Why are they beating you up?
Ain't
It's not just O
nobody
that's
beat.
beating you up.
No, I got reinforcements.
Hey,
No, no, no.
Here we
shut up.
go.
Hey, old reactor, yes, it works just like he's saying because what it does, out from the bottom, it keeps it always at the same level because the output is below the surface. So it kind of the ice cap is the same way
Okay, but let me ask you a question. How are you guaranteeing that your level of saturation is correct
because it's
in a
steering.
system like that?
It's
It's
constantly
constantly
steering.
stirred. It's a
No,
24-hour. It's a
okay, it could constantly stir, but bear in mind that a lot of that powder is just residue.
No,
So after a certain period of time, you're
Right.
introducing water and the pH is dropping because you're not saturation on Kalkwasser is
guys,
12.5. If you're not
go
at
to Jake.
12.5, then you're
No.
dosing weak Kalkwasser.
Go to
Yeah.
Jake's video. Jake made a video on this on the same reactor with a pH uh, sensor, and it shows that it stays
Yeah.
at like 12.
It will stay, and then when it starts to drop, you just change it. That's
Yeah.
some people do
So there
use
is a
pH.
probe in it.
Yes.
You
the,
can. Yeah.
I didn't put a probe. DSR is saying there's a pinhole. There's a tiny hole. It's probably like a millimeter hole in the stir, but we're talking about minor things of air here. I don't think it matters.
No,
I don't think it's a big difference.
there's a pinhole. You mean it's not sealed?
No, it's we started this conversation yesterday by
No,
saying the reactor is not
there, there,
sealed.
there's,
Guess what?
there's,
At
there,
seven
it,
thirty, this
it
discussion
can
is
But
over.
be,
We're gonna
but
no,
do
guys,
it
well,
another
hold on.
day.
It can be sealed. And it's okay if it's sealed because
But it's
if
not.
the water level stays the same, it's sealed
It,
all the way
but
through.
it's
it's
So,
not.
still gonna draw
oh,
air
you
no matter
got this
what.
one.
It's still gonna draw air no matter what because even if you seal, I run the container just like Chris Meckley does, and I even have a steel bucket with a pressure relief, but it still has to suck air when the water comes
To relieve
down.
the pressure, yes.
Yes. So air is still gonna get in there.
All right. Well,
I'm gonna put a pH probe. I'm gonna send you a video, Tony, and I'm gonna put a pH probe in it to make sure I measure the pH of my Kalkwasser, and then we will definitely follow up on this conversation. Nice looking stuff,
No,
Tony. Very.
Tony, thanks for joining in. Unfortunately, I have to go. This I gotta go into work, but I appreciate you coming on, and we're gonna have to do more of these because I need some more Tony Vargas in my life.
Hey, baby. Well, listen, I'm trying to see if I can organize it that I can come to the Reaper Palooza.
All right, buddy.
What? Are you kidding me? After I
No,
drop down, you're
No,
coming.
I'm trying to organize it now so that way I can be there for Reaper Palooza.
awesome, awesome. You bring it on that?
Maybe if he behaves himself.
If he behaves, okay, okay.
All
That
right.
would be
All right,
cool to see you guys.
All
All
right,
right,
guys.
guys,
All right.
Good
We'll
seeing you.
take care.